everybody. Mark with Honey Badger No Care. You know everything that you're supposed to do. Like, share, subscribe, all that cool shit. We're going to talk about... Hey, konnichiwa. What's up, Polar Bear? We are going to talk about body positivity. Being obese is not positive at all. It's not positive in the least. I don't know why in the hell these damn Democrats, got to push. Y'all notice everything that they push is to weaken us in our society. Y'all know that, right? But for some reason, this is what y'all want. You keep voting for these policies and these activists and everything to weaken our society. You want to be gay, lesbian, whatever, that's fine. You want to be feminist, you do you. But to weaken people on top of that, oh, we got to get rid of strong men? What the fuck for? So we want to get rid of strong men while elevating strong women. That's not equality. Equality is we're equal where we are. We are equal where we are. Basically, stay in your own lane. I'm not going to expect a 100-pound weakling male to be on the same par with me. There's no way in hell I would ever expect that of that person. I'm not going to expect a 5'0" 100-pound wet female to be on par with me either. I'm not expected to be on par with somebody like a LeBron James or Kevin Durant or, or a 350-pound football player, We all need to stay in our lane. Stop trying to push people out of their areas that biology has set for us. Yes, intelligence itself and some forms of technology can change these things, but other than that, stay in your own lane. Unless you actually do the hard work or whatever to change that. Like a person, like one of my friends growing up who was like the nerdiest. He was a younger brother of a friend, the nerdiest kid. And now the motherfucker's like Lou Ferrigno and shit. But he busted his ass to get there. It wasn't handed. Those muscles and everything weren't handed to him. He had to bust his ass to get there. But let's look at the ridiculousness of the left.
My wife is right, though. This video is brought to you by Being Black and Blue, being a black cop in America on the seas. Link is in the description section.
Yes.
Ladies, let's talk about body positivity. This is problematic, in my opinion.
Very.
Body positivity, the bigotry of low expectations. There is nothing wrong.
No, it's mediocrity. I've been talking about this a lot on this channel. These people just want to be mediocre. That's the life they want. They don't want anything to work for, to strive for, to excel, at. No, they want everything handed to them by someone else. Basically, the government controlling you. That's what these motherfuckers want. They want the government to hand them everything, take care of them, in every way. They don't want to actually work for anything. But, that's the reason why we're going to be taken over. That's the reason why. It's not just the Democrats, it's the entire left. I already know, it's the entire left. They are authoritarians like the Nazis. I know. These people don't even see it. They don't want fascism. They don't want Nazis, yet they're voting for the people who are literally doing what the Nazis did. How does that make any damn sense? As I said, the moment that we're not here, those of us who can and will fight, y'all are done. Y'all are fucking done. The moment we're not here to fucking take care of you pieces of shit, and I'm already saying I'm not taking care of you. I'm not a kind person. I'm not. I will be kind to those who have actually earned my kindness. You fucking weak ass pieces of shit have not earned that. So I won't protect you at all. I'll protect myself. I'll protect my friends. I'll protect this country. But as I've said many times on this channel, the moment we do stand up and eradicate you motherfuckers, that basically have weakened us, taking back this country by any means necessary to get ourselves back where we are supposed to be. And as a matter of fact, Polar Bear pointed this out in the previous video, that any kind of socialism or communism was illegal. But somehow or another, that freedom of speech is for Americans. That's one thing we have forgotten in this country. Freedom of speech is for Americans. If you are a communist, if you are a socialist, doesn't matter that you are an American citizen. In my eyes, you have given up your citizenship by promoting communism, socialism. Your freedoms are thrown away. Your freedoms should be taken away because you are not promoting an American value. You are promoting a Russian, a Chinese, a Cuban one. You're not here to support America. Even if you were into imperialism, like Japan, I'd still say get the fuck out. If you are not here to support American values, the values that founded this country, leave. We should round all of you up. Again, it's funny how y'all want to read between the lines when it comes to things that were direct of what our founding fathers said. But when it comes to things that y'all are directly saying that are against our American values, now you want to read between the lines then. You don't want us. You're directly in violation of what is to be an American. But you want to play the game of loopholes with us. But things that are actually direct of what our founding fathers were about, y'all want to turn around and go, oh, well, I'm pretty sure that they would have adapted this. No, they wouldn't have adapted our American rights by far. They wouldn't have done that. But anyway, let's keep going, because this is not, what is this? This is not body positivity. I don't understand this at all.
With appreciating your own body. But in appreciating your body is taking care of your body. In the appreciation of people, you don't lead them astray. Now, my wife posted this, and many people have been talking about this. The Self magazine posted this, the future of fitness. And this young lady is clearly not in good physical.
This is not the future of fitness. Fat and fitness do not go together at all. I have this, and I already know that it should not be there. I've got enough issues with my knees, my ankles, my back, and I don't look like this. This is not fit at all. You know what? Well, I've tried losing the weight. So, you know what? Obviously, there are going to be thyroid problems. There's going to be problems where people cannot lose weight. B was one of those people where she thought that about herself. I proved her wrong. When she started listening to me, the weight started dropping on. This is the smallest she has ever been. But she had already been told by so many people that she will always be fat. She was wrong. They were wrong. It's called doing the right things that you know you're supposed to do. It's called having self-control. In my case, let me think, one surgery to save my life and two more that sliced open my abs that minor weakened, plus my kidney disease, plus my colorectal diarrhea, plus all my ankle, knee surgeries, back procedures, all the things that are medical, and even then, I'm still losing the weight that I had gained through all of these fucking surgeries where I couldn't do anything. And I have another one getting ready to come up. So I'm just curious, what's your excuse? I mean, you can't use any of these excuses with me. I was fat when I was younger. I was thin, then I got fat, then I busted my ass, lost all the weight. Then I ended up having all these stupid surgeries and everything else and have gained the weight, and then I'm losing the weight. B, who had been big her whole life, is now smaller than she's ever been and continuing to lose. So explain to me how you can't. Huh. And as far as I know, B was bigger than this woman. So where's the excuses? But let's keep going.
Physical fitness. This is not, what do you mean by fitness? This is not an example of fitness. I mean, Stevie Wonder can see that this is not an example of fitness. That don't mean you.
I mean, he would have to touch her like Braille, but yeah, he would understand. He would know that ain't fit. It's not fitness. Fitness, food in your mouth, but not fitness.
Got to be mean to nobody, but stop playing and lying to people. My wife took it a step further because she could see something different in this that people are not paying attention to. Now, I'm going to make a statement about this in general, and then we're going to go through the conclusion that my wife made. You can read it on the screen. That is very interesting that nobody's talking about. And sometimes she get pushback from people, and they say she hate always black women.
Look at this.
Is my wife wrong? Self Magazine, Cosmopolitan Magazine. This little article with all these women on here, women of color. You know what I'm saying? Like it's like propaganda. It's propaganda. It's always pushing this image, and the majority of it is directed at black women. Not all of it, but the majority of it. And you have to ask yourself, why is it? Why is it that the majority of this persona?
You know why? It's because they want to keep pushing that black. And I grew up in a time where we were doing everything we could, still getting over the death of Martin Luther King and things like that, Malcolm X and all that. Oh, speaking of, since yesterday was Martin Luther King Day, I am beyond furious that you motherfuckers would be celebrating it. Anybody who supports BLM, anyone who supports BLM, do not bring MLK up to me. Because he would never. Malcolm X would not even support BLM. Because Malcolm was about black people taking care of themselves, not getting any kind of handout from the government, any kind of handout from the white man. He was about self-made, being self-made, taking care of yourself. Black people elevating yourselves, not owing the white man anything. Now you look at you little bastards, begging for fucking reparations and shit. Pisses me off. There's no way in hell either of them would be supporting fucking Black Lives Matter. Get the fuck out of here. Y'all literally gonna be trying to throw out Martin Luther King while at the same time talking BLM and the racist bullshit that y'all are pushing. Martin Luther King would never be supporting this bullshit ever. Well, let's keep going.
Is targeted at black women. Some people.
But the reason why it's targeted at black women, the reason why all of this weakness is targeted at black people, it's because black people get conned. Black people are weak. They're weak. And I'm not talking about physically. Oh, I'm strong. I'm strong. No, I'm not talking about physical. I'm talking you're weak mentally. You're weak emotionally. How else could you possibly get conned by this bullshit, by these lies that they tell? How else could you be conned? Oh yeah, black people need all this help. That's what the civil rights movement, affirmative action, which we no longer need. We no longer need the civil rights movement, and we no longer need affirmative action. We don't need any of that shit anymore. All that shit should have ended at least 1985. It should have ended. But you motherfuckers are lazy. Lazy, lazy, lazy. And any black person that wants to come on here and say that you're, I'm not lazy, then explain this. Explain this if you're not lazy. Explain BLM if you're not lazy. Explain elevating a motherfucking criminal like George Floyd, like Biden fucking did. Biden comparing George Floyd to Martin Luther King. You're Biden needs to be fucking put to death for treason. I don't give a fuck if the FBI shows up at my house. I don't care. I don't care. Because I'm saying exactly what should happen. He should be brought up on charges of treason and found guilty. You know what the punishment for treason is? Death. So I'm not exactly saying anything that's wrong. He cares more about people who aren't even Americans. That's treasonous. You are not their president. You're not the Mexican. The Mexicans have a fucking president. They have their own country. It's right there. If their country is shit, that's their fucking problem. Honduras, any of these other countries, their countries are shit, that's their fucking problem. He is our president. They have their own fucking presidents and prime ministers and shit. Fuck them. I'm not saying anything that should already that there's no way that what I'm saying is illegal or a threat against the fucking president. No, because what he is doing is treasonous. Period. It's just fact. Kamala, Nancy Pelosi, anyone that wants to try, I don't give a fuck about trying to help. Actually, I still give a fuck about trying to help these other countries. Fuck them. It's not our damn problem that their countries suck. It's not our problem that their countries are corrupt. I care about this country. I care about the rules and laws and the things that we have going, taking care of our people. The left props up criminals and criminal behavior. The right support real justice. We already know that. We know this. The reason why they're doing all of this is to weaken our country so they can basically just run everything without question. That's why.
People may say, well, Brandon, it's because, black women and obesity within the black community is more prevalent. But this is the very.
Why is that? Why is that? Why is it more prevalent in the black community? Oh, that's right. Cheap foods and fattening foods and fast food joints and everything else, and they don't have access to grocery stores with fresh foods and things like that. You know why? Who's robbing all these places to where these stores close down? Oh, black people. So the black people are ruining their own communities, but want to blame the white people. Last time I checked, it wasn't white people that were burning these stores and shit down. It wasn't white people that were looting, Targets and Walmarts and everything else and shit. No, it was black people. So you don't have available fucking fresh foods and things like that. You know why? Because of black people. I'm not saying anything that isn't true. But y'all just don't want to hear the truth, especially from a person like myself or the Officer Tatum. You don't want to hear the truth from one of us. Of course not. Because you motherfuckers like excuses. You like being lazy. You like being a bunch of damn cowards. You don't want to actually work for anything. You don't want to take the blame for anything that you do. You always want to blame someone else. That's laziness. I've said it over and over, and I will continue to say it over and over and over. We need to legalize suicide in this country. We legalize suicide in this country, I guarantee you we'll fix pretty much every damn problem we got. Overpopulation, gone. Famine, at least in our country, gone. Because we will have less people straining on resources and food. We would have less resources. This is the reason why. Y'all notice this? This is the reason why they support illegal immigration. You know why? Because they're running out of people who will vote for them. Because all these people that are getting abortions. I mean, it's funny how they're pushing abortions, how they're pushing it, while at the same time letting in people who have 5, 6, plus kids and shit. They're running out of people who will vote for them. Because the kids, our kids, don't want to have kids. They don't want to have children. So they're running out of their own voting base. For one, they don't want to have kids. Two, they can't afford to have these kids. So they're running out of their own voter base. This is why they're pushing illegal immigration. So they could just basically pad the numbers for their own voting. That's it. It's all about accountability, everything. Yeah, we already know that. We know that. We know that they don't want to be held accountable for their own actions.
Thing that they claim that Republicans are doing, that they are doing. By pushing this image and by pandering to black people, it gives the illusion that this is mostly a black issue.
Yep.
It gives the illusion that black women want this as body positivity. That's not good in general for health, and it's not good to perpetuate and pander to black people about these subject matters. The key to success is tell people the truth. And of course, they put a person who's handicapped in here and try to, this is different. If you are in a wheelchair and you're handicapped, there's certain things you cannot do. Just because.
That's not true. I've got plenty of handicapped friends that are in much better shape than me. It's called they had to work for it. So that ain't no excuse. Unless you are a complete paraplegic, which that's exactly what it looks like for her, which is why is she in here for fitness? Obviously, she doesn't look like she could do anything. She looks like a paraplegic. So why the fuck is she on here? She has a legitimate reason for if she were to gain weight or be out of shape. Just like my legitimate reason. All my surgeries, kidney disease, colorectal diarrhea, all of my reasoning. And even then, I still don't find it to be an excuse. So this is nothing but fucking just false advertising. How do y'all keep falling for this bullshit? Oh, that's right. It's because of Whoopi Goldberg, The View, and LeBron James and all these motherfuckers. Again, you're listening to people who have more money than we will ever have. Why? They are not one of us.
Because you big, because let's look at your diet. Is your diet conducive for losing weight? Are you working out? Are you exercising? Why is that important, Mr. Tatum? If we looked at, I mean, we could just look at the animal kingdom. If you saw a lion walking around and the lion was 500 pounds bigger than what it should be, 300 pounds bigger than what it should be, you would think something is going on and something is wrong with that lion. They could not survive in the lion in the animal kingdom.
We are fatter than ever before because these motherfuckers are pushing this bullshit. Other countries are laughing at us. You can watch some of the videos from MXR Plays about how they talk about how America being fat and weak and everything else. You can watch their channel, and of all the stuff that they talk about on there, every time a topic comes up like this, talking about this shit, and they're basically openly insulting the United States and the fatness and everything else and the health of this country. All these other countries and people laugh at us. And y'all just eat the shit right up, just like a damn fucking burger and pizza and everything else that you motherfuckers do. One of the other really cool things I like about this channel is because of the updates that I give. And I'm going to continue to give updates about my health, about my weight and things. Same with B. Because we're going to constantly throw it in your faces that you motherfuckers are weak. You're weak-willed, and you just have no accountability for anything that you do. Nobody is stuffing that burger down your mouth, down your throat. Nobody is forcing that pizza in your mouth. No one is doing any of that shit. No one is tying your ass to the couch, to the bed, and making you just sit there. No. See, being thick, white people weren't pushing that. I like big butts in a can. No, white people weren't pushing that. No, black people push this shit. But y'all keep pulling this fucking bullshit. As I said before, the weaker that we get, the worse things will become. All of these other countries that are weak, that can't take care of themselves, they're all getting attacked. You know this, right? The only thing that's keeping a lot of these countries from being attacked is us. The United States. We are literally the end game that we are the wall that keeps most of all these other people in line. We fall, everyone falls.
You would be shocked. But we do it all the time. This is disfigurement of the body. And I understand that it's hard to get in shape. I struggle with it myself. After being an athlete my whole life, it's difficult for me to get in the gym and be as consistent as I want to be. And it may be difficult for these young ladies as well.
But here's the thing. Here's the difference in this video here. He ain't blaming nobody else for that. He ain't blaming nobody else for that. I'm not blaming anyone else for that. That's my own health and things. Now, I grilled my doctors to find out, did I do something wrong that caused the beginning of all of this, which was my emergency gallbladder surgery to save my life, which started all of this other shit. I asked, did I do something wrong? I was eating right. My labs were great. You know, I was in the gym. I was looking great, looking great, feeling great. And they were like, nope, it just happens. I was pissed. I was like, so it wasn't, I said, are you serious? So it wasn't, they were like, we understand you're trying to look for answers. You're trying to look for something to blame. But sometimes your body just does what it does. I have reasons, medical reasons of what happened to me, to my body, for the weight gain that I got. And I'm still like, nah, fuck that shit. I need to do something. He ain't blaming nobody else. But nah, these motherfuckers definitely blame others for their own fucking shortcomings, for their own bullshit. Had to deal with something real quick. Fucking spam. Seriously. It's shit like this. People that have nothing else better to do with their lives than to be corrupt, evil pieces of shit. That includes this crap. That includes this. But anyway, I'm going to go ahead and, you know, I gave my final thought. I just had, it was just right before I finished this video, fucking Russian spam or whatever popped up and shit. I'm telling you, they're just people that need to be wiped off the face of the planet. Really. People that are just corrupt for the sake of being corrupt. But I'm a sociopath, so you know, that's my take on crime. You know, punishment. And people that commit spam and all this other crap should be just as punished as any other criminal. It's like you have nothing else better to do with your lives than to be pieces of shit. I just want to live a good life. Live a good life, sing, dance, travel, you know, eat some good food, hang out with good friends, you know, that's my life. That's what I want to live. I don't want to be bothering other people and corrupting other people, or I don't want to do any of that shit. Got better things to do at my time. But anyway, I'm Mark with Honey Badger No Care. Keep messing with things. Peace out.